Hey guys, for this video I'm going to show you guys how we can get footprint data, whether that be ask or bid volume or the volume at a specific price, and we can use that to create a study or indicator. In this example I'm going to show you guys how we can get the point of control. So what we're going to do is essentially iterate through each price, get the volume at that price, and then check it against the current tracked point of control. If it is greater than the point of control, then we'll set that as the new point of control until we get to the end of the list, and whatever is left as the point of control, we're going to plot a line at that price. So for example, right here, this red part would be the point of control. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go up to studies, new, and we're gonna open a study right here as POC. I already have this somewhat set up, so all I really have is we have it named, we have the settings menu set up, we have a subgraph here called point of control, and this is going to draw a dash style line with the color of green and a line width of 2. And we are going to use the graph region 0, or the actual price graph, since we wanted to draw on the chart, not as a chart below. And we also have sc.maintain volume at price to true. And now that we have that set up, what we're going to do is we want to track the point of control. So to do this, what we can do is create an integer value called point of control, and we're going to initialize that at 0. And we're also going to create a float. Since prices are not integer values, we are going to create POC price variable, and this is what we're going to use to track the price of the point of control. Now, next thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that we get the data, and the way that we can get the data is create a const, since it's just going to be a readable variable, and we're going to use s_volume at price v2, and then put an asterisk, and this is going to be a pointer, so we will put p_vap for volume at price. And then we're also going to put equals null pointer here. This is just to safeguard in case nothing is found there, just to avoid any errors. Now, we are going to for each bar, or for the current bar, we're going to get the size of what we're going to be iterating through. So for each level, let's say there are 5 ticks. So the size would return as 5, so we can iterate through each tick and get the volume at that tick or at that price. So to do this, we do int volume at price size, and we're going to set this equal to sc.volume at price for bars. Dereference that with a arrow. You can also dereference by doing the asterisk and have parentheses, and then do sc.volume at price for bars, then end parentheses and have a period. So, but this way is a lot easier. And then we're going to do get size at bar index, and put in the index sc.index, since we are using auto looping. And now we are going to use a for loop to iterate through till we reach the end. So we do for, and we're going to do int volume at price index equal to 0, and then we are going to iterate till we reach the size. So VAP size, and we are going to obviously increment the index plus curly brackets. Now we want to break out of this if no index is found or no element is found. So to do that, we can do if !sc.volume at price for bars, dereference get volume at price element at index, and then we can put the index sc.index volume at price index, and then we'll also do add and then get the pointer here. And if so, we want to break out of the loop. Now, while we are in the loop, what we want to do is we want to check the volume against the current point of control. And so to do this, we can do if, use our pointer, and then we can dereference this and get the volume at that price. Now, if you wanted to get bid or ask volume, all you would do is ask volume. So for example, if you wanted delta, this is how you would get the delta, is reference that, and we're dereferencing and put bid volume. So this would be the ask volume, this is the bid volume, and that would be the delta for that specific price. Since we just want volume, I'm going to erase this and just put volume. And we want to check if the volume is greater than the current point of control. And if it is, then we want to make the point of control equal to that value. So we can do that here. And then we also want the price, since that's what we're going to plot. We're going to be plotting the price. So we can do POC price and set this equal to, use the pointer again, dereference it, and we can use the price in ticks. And this won't actually give us the correct value, so we actually need to multiply it by the tick size. So we can do asterisk and then sc.tick size here. So that will give us the correct price, since the price is actually in ticks initially. This will give us the tick size and then get it in the actual format that we want. And that's all that we really need to do to track the point of control. So as we're iterating through, we're checking if the volume is greater than the current point of control, and if it is, then that is going to be the point of control. And once we get out of the loop, we want to plot that so long as the point of control has changed. So if the point of control is still 0, we don't want this to plot. So if it is greater than 0, then we're going to plot the point of control. So we're going to reference the subgraph, do point of control, and then at that index, we will plot at the POC price. So now it's going to plot at that specific price. Let's save this and let's make sure that's running correctly. I'm going to X out analysis, build custom studies, and build remote build. And let's see if this works or if there's any syntax errors. So we can see volume at get index expected before break. Okay, so let's go back and make sure that this is correct. So we're going to go back. Okay, there should be 2 parentheses here since this is, yeah. Okay, now that should fix it. Go back, build, remote build again. Okay, so now we're gonna add the studies, add custom studies, and point of control. And let's apply this. So, and let's move this to the bottom so it shows over. So now you can see we are getting the point of control for every single bar essentially. And I think this is actually, the numbers bar is based on the delta. So if we put it actually based on the volume, now you can see every single place where you have point of control, it is plotting this green line. So that's pretty much it. And I've used this to also get the max negative delta and positive delta. So you can see if we go and we hide the point of control and we change this back to the numbers bar back to showing delta, we can see that the most negative delta and the most positive are going to be shown on here. So you can see we have big negative delta here, so it's shown here, and the most positive delta there. And same thing for the rest of these bars. We are just plotting the highest positive and the highest negative.